part-time employee and can only work 2.5 days. And then we take somebody else.
Well, maybe could we do in the agreement that you would agree that you would cut it maybe once a month and have a specific time to do it as opposed to us calling and saying we've got an event, it needs to be done? I mean, I understand.
We wouldn't even know where that tractor was gonna be
That's true.
at that time of month. It might be in Denton, Georgia, it may be, in Atlanta County, down in Graham, or wherever.
Well, now, I usually would tell them, you know, when y'all in this area, we got this coming up until this last, I don't know who it is, it's
Well,
manager.
but the money that we have that we're spending on the building and the upkeep and so forth, for us to go out and have to pay somebody to cut the grass when the county's got mowers, you know, I know they're being used everywhere. I just think the money could be better spent on the other things that the county don't have facilities for to provide for the fair association, the fairgrounds, as opposed to cutting the grass. If we've got to pay somebody to cut the grass, then we can't spend that money on new tables and chairs and the light bill and the other things that the county's not gonna pay for.
The
So-
grass around the building, where they, like at the contest, where they gonna have all that, what y'all cut out with a lawnmower?
That was cut, yes.
I mean, y'all keep it up with a lawnmower.
It has been in the past, yes.
That's my main concern, because them tractor boards is not gonna cut that to where people won't, my suggestion was, y'all buy a zero-turn lawnmower, keep it out there to cut that area, and once a month, once every 2 months, our tractor can cut that parking lot, because people gonna park out there, it ain't gonna matter, but we can't.
And the first time we parked it out there, we called the county, the sheriff's department reported being stolen.
They put it inside the building.
Lock it up.
Put it inside the building.
And then when somebody rents it, we have to move it out. It's,
Well, I mean,
and that's
What I'm
a
saying-
suggestion, thank you,
What
we'll
I'm
take
saying
it.
is, it cuts,
it's labor and everything too.
it just cuts so much where they gonna be, it looks like that.
Well, one of the things that I have would point out is that it's a fairground, for God's sake. You don't expect it to be your front lawn with
Not
some grass
where the
manicured.
cars park, but where people are gonna have.
I don't care, it's a fairground, you're outside. I mean,
Well,
I go to arts and crafts fairs all over the state, and they don't cut the grass, they run over with bush hog. And I go to walk through, and they have stuff, expensive stuff that they're selling. And I understand that it's an outside event, there's gonna be grass.
right,
And if you don't like it, then bring your lawnmower out there and cut it for
but
your event.
our
So
outdoors that we have, I'm talking about, you leaving piles of grass that high.
well, this time it is because of the
Right.
rain. The last couple of years, I think we had dust piles out there.
We've had more rain this year than since I was about 12 years old.
But I think the grass cutting would be an item that we would need to negotiate, which way the county wanted to do it.
That's been a long time.
The feeling I'm getting out of this thing is that the Fairground Association wants to keep it, we do, we want to make up some bylaws, the rules, regulations, whatever what you want to call them. And by next Tuesday or Wednesday, not 3 or 4 weeks or 2 months from now.
Attorneys work that fast.
Yeah, we're gonna work that fast. This I'll get back with you in 2 or 3 weeks or months, it'll never happen.
You know something about
That's
that?
the consensus I feel, what y'all want to do.
The same thing, and then once we give them to them, then can't y'all get together and talk it over and over in a week?
Sure, I would think.
But we'll make you up something, we'll have it to you no later than next Wednesday.
Say Friday, that's a week.
Hey, Carl?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, either,
If we don't do it that quick, we'll be 6 months now, we're gonna go ahead and do it. And we do appreciate y'all coming, and I'm glad we got this thing out.
Well, I'm not gonna get another letter.
Look, you're not turning something off, that's
I'm not gonna get
$200.
another letter out.
I don't know how
No.
to get it. I tried it.
Because it's a marching band.
I keep getting it.
I hope you can work it out to mow. That's a big problem.
And
Well, it is.
That may be a point that we
Yeah,
still
it-
have to work on.
Well,
It
if
it
they,
is with us too, and I hope you understand, because like I said, the Alton Hall hasn't been cut for one time. And I think they're going out to Bell Telephone Road and cutting that for the second time the whole year. And like every one of them keep on saying, most rest we've ever had. But we had tractor trouble, we had more
yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
All right, Tom says too, that he's on a tight budget, and we own him, and he has to take his labor, that comes out of his budget, his fuel out of his budget, and the time, and when they're cutting it, they can't be somewhere else cutting. So, I mean, you know, I try to understand everybody's point about it, but then we're just taking, try to come up
Do
with
you
things.
have an item, a budgeted item for the fairgrounds in the budget? We did in the past, about $2,000. You don't have anything at all?
How long is that?
What have we got?
We don't have anything.
A budget, a line item budgeted for the fairgrounds, for nothing?
But the grass thing, like I said earlier, we just had a bad year, we got 2 tractors been tore up all summer, we ain't got no grass.
It wasn't in the past.
Yeah,
Either
there were.
1,000 or 2,000.
But anyway, we gotta move on to something else. I do appreciate y'all coming, and we'll get this thing ironed out, and at least everybody knows where we're at.
Okay.
But on that budget, initially, there was,
Sherry's gonna look, see.
I was thinking back, 04, 05, or 06, I was thinking it was.
yeah.
I mean, I can understand if it was cut, but if there's not an item, but, yeah.
But, you know, on the grass cutting again, one more thing. Maybe we could look into spreading
Down there, you can, yeah.
it, like the state, they spread out inside the highway, that way you don't have to cut it. It don't kill it, it just,
Makes it dormant.
by looking,
And that always jump right on that. Yes, sir. I agree.
Thank y'all.
Just looking into that now, the guy that's cutting it out there now is trying to look at that and spray it so it'll keep it down.
That's Brandon Parlour.
Yeah.
because that would help a lot to keep that.
Well, if you could do that.
We're working on it.
And we thank you for taking our complaints, and you don't send them on, just keep them and handle them, that's fine with us.
Thank y'all. We need a motion to go into executive session. Personnel got a motion, got a second. All vote.
Who made the motion?